Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to do another review on the micro USB, said that backwards, USB microphone that includes a pop filter. So you can find this at Five Below, 10 Below section for $10, as you see the price tag right here. We're going to hop into this, do a little unboxing and see exactly what comes inside the box. All right, guys, full disclosure, like all my videos, I already opened up this microphone, of course, to see how it was set up because it did come in different pieces and I did put them back, but not in the correct order. So when I open this up, we're about to actually walk through it together right now. It's going to be packaged differently. Obviously, when you get it, I just put it back inside some plastic just to show you. Kind of need that. This is normally covered when you get it inside the case, so you don't have to worry about that. It just comes with some instructions. Really, the instructions just show you what actually comes with the headset itself, and it basically shows you how to actually put it together. I don't have to worry about that because I already did it, and I don't actually know how to put it back together. So, with that being said, all right, that's everything that comes inside of it. Let's take these pieces apart and go from there. Now, I'm sure you're skeptical. Can a $10 microphone be any good? And like I always say about microphones, it really depends on the type of software that you're using. Because a $5 mic can sound amazing on decent software. Like if you're streaming off a Twitch Studio, which I do have an example in this video of how that's actually going to look for you guys. But anyway, first things first, take these two pieces, show you in real time, twist that on. There we go. And that's how that part of the microphone sits. Little tripod stand. Right here, we're going to make sure I get this in a proper spot. This is the back. Okay. Yep, so I'm sorry, this is the front. All over the place. So right here, we're going to stick the USB through here. I don't want to untie it for obvious reasons. Just want to keep it neat. Give me a second to pull that through. There we go. So as that goes through right here, let me untangle this so you can see it. You put the microphone, this is the back, because of the little symbols you see right here. That goes in like so. So we're almost there already for the microphone setup. All right, so from here, you take this cord, same as you see the picture on the box. I'm actually using this for reference. You go ahead and twist this to allow that to go up. Just goes on through both holes, and you twist it back to make sure that this doesn't fall out, so you can't push it out. Then lastly, make sure I don't hit the camera. Go ahead and do this. There we go. I'm gonna go ahead and just twist this around. I know it's a pain. You don't have to do it like this, like what I'm doing, but it seems the fastest way for me. And here you go with your microphone. This is how it looks. Same, excuse me, I'm a little underneath the weather, guys, but I really wanted to get this video out for you, especially with the holidays coming. This is how I'm about to say camera, this is how the microphone is actually going to look. It's micro USB, so you don't have to actually worry about any headphone jacks. You don't have to worry about getting any dongles unless you want to actually connect it to your phone or to like a tablet or something similar to that. But for the most part, this shit, you just plug it in. And what normally happens on your PC is that it'll recognize this device. Some programs will require you to switch it over to the audio source, the output, while others will automatically do that for you, similar to Twitch Studio. If we're talking about build quality, I mean, it's a plastic microphone. And again, this channel is all about budget products for the most part. So, you know, this does help filter your voice. I will say that. This is a little nice feature to have. I'm actually surprised that they're selling something of this caliber for only $10. But what I will say is that it's no software. And for some people, that's a huge problem where you don't get much software. You can't change the volume of this microphone unless you manually change it in any streaming software setting. So if you're using Windows, which is the most primitive and basic way to record, which I don't really suggest you do that, which I want to have a video showing you guys how that looks versus using software that really determines how good the sound is going to be for your particular product. Anyway, with that being said, I'm going to give you 4 sound profiles. Let me break it down for you. It's not in this exact order, but I want to break it down for you. One is going to be on Twitch, where we're using Twitch Studio. It's free software that you can use for streaming that better optimizes sound for for the program that you use it for posting reasons. So it's a little bit different than just hitting the record button on the phone. It's going to sound entirely different than what Windows does. The second recording is going to be me during a video game. I purposely have the volume up so you can hear the game more over my voice, just to show how well it blends in. Obviously, you have to adjust based on how you're going to play a game, or how you're going to stream, or how you're going to record. That's something that each individual is going to have to do themselves. That's the second example. Third one's going to be recording the game directly from Windows. When I believe you hit R, and I forget the exact sequence in order to record on Windows, the exact command prompts. But that is going to sound drastically different than using software. And then we're going to go ahead and just record straight from the camera with this microphone being used as an example. Then we'll do our last little section of is it worth it? Anyway, I dragged on enough. Let's hop into the rest of this video. This software right here is called Twitch Studio, which is free software that you can use. And this is how a recording is going to sound with this particular microphone, the 10 below. Well, 5 below, 10 below microphones. Thing costs $10. Just so you can see it in the picture, so you know exactly what it is that I'm using. I'm using this right here for audio. This is the microphone. Just want to give you guys an idea of how it sounds. Like I said before, in a quiet environment. So if you're scrolling through the web browsing while you're showing your face on camera or something similar to that, podcasting, whatever, this is the clarity that you're going to get with this particular program. Okay, so right here, we're just doing a quick recording. This is how it's going to look. Let's say, currently I'm playing this game called Dying Light. I kind of wanted to throw in some audio so you guys to just kind of hear. I should probably use something that's a little bit louder, but just kind of want to show you guys some audio just to show you how certain games are going to sound with this microphone being used. Same microphone, this microphone being used as the base. Remember, this doesn't have any type of sound profiles, so what you get is what you get, basically, and that's pretty much it. So if you use this microphone, you're like, you know what, I'm trying to change the gain of certain volumes. You aren't able to do that, primarily because it's a $10 mic with no actual type of settings. So, yeah, it's a fortunate thing, but this is what you get. Let's say if you're playing a game. Again, this is still, I don't know how they did. This is still Twitch Studio. Yeah, that's the free software I'm using, Twitch Studio, for this. So I just want to give you guys an idea of how it's going to look, how it's going to sound, and all that type of fun stuff. See if I can get out of here now and hop on to the next part of this video. Alright guys, so right here is a basic audio recording of how this is going to sound. Again, we're still playing Dying Light, but instead of using any type of specialized software like Twitch or OBS, we're just recording directly from the PC itself. No special software. For those that didn't realize you could do that, you can record whatever you do directly from your PC, as long as you just have a hard drive with a big enough, I guess you say a big enough hard drive that can handle the amount of megabytes it takes to do these videos. But anyhow, this is how it's going to sound without any type of software, any type of tweaks, just regular recordings as is. Just want to give you guys an idea of how that looks right now. Alright. So with that being said, there we go. So right here, this is the actual, well, I have a camera, of course, set up. And I am, again, talking out of the speakerphone. I keep calling it speakerphone. This microphone right here. This is the one that comes from Timberland. Let me try to kind of put it in the picture so you can see it again, just to verify that that's actually what I'm using. This is how it sounds when I'm recording directly from my camera. Now, my camera does have its own microphone inside, but just to verify, I made sure that everything was set up through this mic right here. so you guys can just get a good sound of what it is that you're really dealing with. Now, granted, if you watch the other videos so far, um, depending on what software, put it this way, software is king. This is one of the reasons why Apple was up here and not about to say the content game and the software game and selling millions of iPhones, because software really does matter. If you watched any of the other videos, not videos, but if you watch the other little segments I made a moment ago, then you see a huge jump in audio quality. Now, obviously, using an application like OBS, using an application like Twitch Studio, using StreamYard, that's what it's called. Yeah, I would say Stream Deck, StreamYard. You're going to get different outcomes based on the microphone that you use. That's just life. It is what it is. And certain programs actually help optimize. I'm not trying to give you the technical aspect of this video. I don't want to make this too long. But it's better optimized for sound. It's meant for streaming. So the software is pre-done for you. All you have to do is just run the software. It'll let you know if you put it in 60 frames, 720, 1080, whatever it is, and you have the options to change that manually yourself. That's why the sound sounds so dramatically different depending on the type of software you use. Now, and if you're using, let's say, you're recording directly from the computer itself, like we did earlier in the video, you saw how that sounded. That didn't sound good at all versus the actual software. So be aware that when you do these types of reviews, not reviews, but you look at these type of reviews, you wonder what's the difference between $60-something mic, I'm sorry, $10 mic, and then I don't know if it puts in the picture, $70, $80 mic. I think it might have been $100. I forget what it is. I think it's $79. Anyway, I have multiple microphones, many of them that I have with different computers. And the thing is, it excels when you use them in different environments. If you sing, that's a different story. You're going to want a particular mic for that. If you just doing podcasting, you're recording directly from a device, you're going to get a different experience from there. Not to ramble on for too much longer, but just listening to the audio for this probably sounds different than the Twitch software. It sounds different than this software, and it basically gives you an idea of if you're starting off and you're looking for a particular microphone. You know, this $10 microphone might work just fine for you in the beginning. Of course, in time, you will want something that has some type of sound profiles, like you see right here if I put it in the picture. The little symbols above the microphone right here. It's not too clear, but they mean something. Like you switch them around. If I want to talk directly to me, if I wanted to be more like surround for other people, if like you're podcasting, that's when you dive into different mic territory where you have a goal of what you're doing. If it's just you talking, you don't necessarily need anything super expensive. I'm not going to say that this right here is the ideal mic to get. It's not. But for the price, and if you're trying to save money, I don't see an issue with it. But anywho, let's do the last part of this fun video where we decide, hey, is it worth a buy? So with everything that you just saw, like I said, let me explain briefly why the particular video where it was strictly the game being recorded sounds so bad. You have to remember that software matters. This is one of the reasons why Apple is at the top of their game, even though their products are subpar, meaning they might have a decent processor or certain things, but they're very limited. The parts are actually extremely cheap to build it. It's just that the software matters. Software is what sells. Software is what gets people to keep coming back. It's one of the main reasons why Android devices are so lackluster in certain areas, because of software. Now, granted, I'm an Android user, but I can admit when something's not, it could be better. Long story short, when you're using software like OBS, if you're using software like StreamYard, if you're using software, Twitch Studio, amongst many, many others that are available, they're better optimized for streaming. The whole purpose of these softwares is so that you, the user, don't have to go through the process of having to tweak and tune everything accordingly. Now, if you're a mix master and you know how to do all those things, then by all means, you can make your mic sound amazing. But the fact that a $10 microphone can sound as good as it did in those two videos, obviously, if you get a much more expensive microphone, you'll get a much better experience. But it won't be so dramatic where if you're starting off, and again, Five Below, the reason they're selling streaming software, not streaming software, but just streaming tech, be it the headsets, be it the keyboards, the mouse pads, the green screen. They actually sell green screens, believe it or not. The reason they're selling all these things because they understand that certain fads are in. Streaming is a really big platform. It's not as simple as people think. And it does take some skill to be able to interact with the audience, amongst other things. If you're recording, if you're doing podcasts, if you're doing any of that, this is a hot thing right now that a lot of people are jumping on. And they're trying to jump on that wave too. And this particular microphone, I can honestly say with certainty, is that I like it. I like this microphone. Now, granted, I have my Blue Yeti, which I primarily use, and it's not better than that. Because of all the settings and features and things that I could change, no, it's not better. But if I'm sitting in front of a computer using certain software and I talk into that particular microphone that you see right here, I have no problem using this for $10. I'm a small channel with a little over 500 subscribers. Thank you guys for actually giving me that, because it's like motivation to someone's listening, someone's looking at it, someone's liking a video, someone's learning something, and that's what matters at the end of the day. And it makes me feel better to be able to, even if my opinion is negative about certain things, just to throw it out there and let you guys make an informed decision on yourselves to see what it is that you want. But for $10 to be able to talk and do podcasts, again, this isn't ideal for multiple people. We're talking about one person sitting in front of their computer talking. You got your O'Shea Duke Jacksons of the world. You have your Kevin Samuels, different people. This microphone is good enough to perform those jobs. Not at that caliber, obviously, but this mic is good enough to perform those jobs comfortably without having to worry about horrible feedback. And if your voice gets too loud, crazy crackling and things like that. It's not a bad mic for $10. I'm actually really, really impressed. At the same time, I'm really, really mad because now that I do these type of talking videos on my other channel, this was good enough. I didn't have to buy a $200 mic or a $150 mic. I didn't have to. But anyway, that is the video. I do suggest you buy this. It's a good mic, like just to have this sitting in the background on an extra computer. If you already have your primary mic and you're like, I want to buy another one, but I'm not trying to spend $50 or something, I think this $10 would justify the price tag, especially if you attach it to an entirely different computer. Again, we're talking about just regular people talking to a microphone. We're not talking about you enthusiasts that have a particular voice setting, that have a particular pitch. We're not talking about you guys. You guys are in a different realm of tech. This is just for the average user like myself that's like, you know what? I want something that's inexpensive but still works. And this isn't bad. This isn't bad. This is not like those Bluetooth that you get for $5 that are terrible with bad sound. No, it's just a micro USB microphone with no software. You plug it up, you play, and it works. And I like it. And a lot of the people in my group chat, when I played on Discord, could not tell the difference that I was talking into this microphone versus my Blue Yeti. And that's why I say, depending on the situation, no one's going to know what it is that you're doing or what you're using. So why not? Anyway, that's the video. Like, subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next one.